Hi, I'm Mrs. Seals, a third grade teacher from Bellevue, Nebraska. Thank you for joining me for this math lesson today. We'll be focusing on fractions on a number line. First, let's review fractions. A fraction is a symbol that names part of a whole, a part of a set, or a location on a number line. Take a look at these Lego pieces. This green piece is our whole. Two yellow pieces fit on top of that whole. Those are halves. Three blue pieces fit on top of the same whole. These are thirds. And I could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these little square bricks on top of our whole. Those are sixths. This is how I write the fraction to describe one of each of these pieces. For the whole, I just write 1. For 1/2, I would write 1 out of 2 pieces, or 1/2. For 1/3, I would write 1 out of 3 pieces, or 1/3. For 1/6, it's 1 out of 6 pieces, or 1/6. We're going to take our whole, and we're just going to trace it. That line we've made is now the base of our number line. We're going to start at 0, just like we do with all number lines, and because this is one whole piece, we're going to end our number line at 1. Now, using our Lego pieces, we can see where to put the tick marks, or those little lines on the number line. All right, if you remember back to the last slide, this is a 1/2 piece. So I will put a tick mark right where that piece ends, and I'll label it 1/2. When I add on my second half piece, it lines up with the 1 tick mark. That's because 2 out of 2 pieces, or 2 halves, is the same as 1. So when you look at a ruler or a yardstick or measuring tape, you're not going to see anything like 2 out of 2, because that's an equivalent fraction to 1 whole. All right, let's try another number line. So once again, we're going to make it out of one whole. So we're going to trace that line. If you have Legos at home, you can absolutely try this. We're going to start at 0 and end with 1. All right, now I'm going to use those pieces I used for thirds. I'm going to put one piece on. I'm going to put a tick mark right where that piece ends. This is 1/3. I'm going to put a new brick on and a new tick mark where it ends. That's 2/3. And then you can see when the whole thing is complete, 3/3 is the same as 1. So we don't have to write 3/3. All right, so I'm going to use my 6th pieces here. If I had other sized pieces, like 4ths or 5ths, I could make number lines for that too. I just happened to use what Legos I found around my house. Okay, before I start labeling, I need to make my number line 0 and 1. Okay, now I can put a tick mark for 1/6. 2/6. 3/6. I'm trying to keep it pretty still so that I'm lining it up correctly. Because just as fractions are equal size pieces of one whole, on our number line, the spaces between our tick marks need to be equally spaced. And that's what marking at the end of each Lego helps us do, is to keep it equally spaced. So there's 5/6, and then 6/6 is the same as 1 whole. That's right there. Now, what would we do if we had a longer number line, if we want to go to 2, 3, 4, and so on? Let's check that out with our 1/3 pieces. So this is already 1 whole. Now I've added on a second whole. So I'm going to continue my line. And this time I'm going to end it with 2. We still have 1 whole, So when I add on a new piece, this is 1 and 1/3. So when I write my tick mark, I'm going to keep the 1 there. I'm not just going to write 1/3. This is 1 and 1/3. So we'll just continue on with that pattern. When I add on another piece, this is now 1 and 2/3. This piece isn't wanting to stay. There we go. 1 and 2/3. What I'm writing right now is a mixed fraction. It's got a whole number and a fraction with it. Then our last piece brings us to 2, which is the same as 1 and 3/3. So we can see we have 2 whole Lego pieces now. The focus of our lesson today is just on being able to recognize fractions on a number line and being able to create a fraction number line. But I also want you to notice what you can do in the future once you understand fractions on a number line. You can use these number lines to compare fractions. So if I look at 1/3 and 2/6, you can tell with the Lego pieces, they're the same size. So 1/3 and 2/6 are equivalent fractions. Looking at the number line, as long as my zeros are in the same spot, I can also tell that 1/3 and 2/6 are in the same distance away from 0. So they are equivalent fractions. And then 1/2, I can use my Legos to compare, is the same as 3/6. And I think I started them close to the same spot. It may not be dead on, but 1/2 and 3/6 are in about the same place. If I had lined it up more perfectly, they would be in the same spot. So once you're able to understand fractions on a number line, you'll be able to use those number lines to help you find equivalent fractions and to compare greater and lesser fractions. For this lesson, if you'd like to follow along, you'll just need a pencil or a marker or a pen and a strip of paper. So you can take regular office paper and just cut it into strips. Okay. I have one whole strip here. We're going to make a number line from 0 to 1. So I'm going to label this end 0 and this end, which is a little off camera, 1. Okay, I'm going to fold it to create my number line. So I'm just going to make that 0 and the 1 touch. And then I'm going to make a crease here. And this crease is going to be the tick mark, like we drew on our other number line. So this line is directly in the middle between 0 and 1. So what fraction do you think it's going to be? If you said 1/2, you are correct. So what happens if we fold our number line again? Instead of these 2 giant spaces we have, we're going to have smaller spaces. So this time I want you to take the 0 and touch it to the 1/2 crease you just made. And fold it down, crease it. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to take the 1 and fold it to the middle where 1/2 is. And we're going to crease it. Okay, let's count the number of spaces we have between lines now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now the fractions we have are fourths. Let me switch colors to number. So this is 1/4. This is 2/4. I talked about equivalent fractions. 2/4 and 1/2 are the same. 3/4, and of course 4/4 would be the same thing as 1. All right, so that's a number line showing you fourths. We can make one more number line out of the same sheet of paper. Fold the 0 over to meet 1/4. Now you're going to notice our pieces are getting really small, so our tick marks are going to be closer together than they were before. There you go, make a crease. And then this is a little trickier, but you're going to try to get that the 1/4 to touch 1/2 or 2/4. So I'm just going to fold it and look for that crease, kind of touch in the same spot. There we go. And we'll crease it. Okay. I'm going to bring the 1 over to 3/4 and crease it. And I'm going to try to get the 3/4 crease to touch the 1/2. There we are. Okay. I'm going to switch colors again. Now let's count the small pieces that we just created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've made 8ths now. So we're just going to count in order. 1/8, 2/8. There's another equivalent fraction, 1/4 and 2/8. 3/8. 4/8. Wow, look at all the ways you can make 1/2. You can do 1/2, 2/4, or 4/8. Keep going here. 5/8. 6/8. Hey, we found another equivalent fraction, 3/4 and 6/8. 7/8. And then of course 8/8 would be the same as 1 whole. Okay, now that you've built a number line in 2 ways, one with Legos and one by folding a piece of paper, we're going to count and label blank number lines. Now we're ready to number a number line that's blank. So this time the tick mark's already here for us. So we're going to have to count the spaces, not the lines. I'm going to go ahead and say that all of these are going to be from 0 to 1. We could, if you wanted to, start at 1 and go to 2 or 3 to 4 and practice those mixed numbers. But since this is an introductory lesson, we'll just keep it from 0 to 1. So one way to make sure you're counting the spaces and not the lines is by pretending that you are at a parking lot at your favorite store. So I'm going to take a trip to Target. And you can go ahead and even put actual toy cars in each parking space, which would be between the lines. So how many cars fit here? 2. So that means I'm going to label this tick mark for this car. It's 1 out of 2 cars, or 1/2. Now, 1/2 is a benchmark fraction. It's one that's really recognizable just by looking at it. So you could probably tell before I put the cars there that this line was in the middle of the whole number line, so it was 1/2. Let's try this one. All right, this parking lot has a few more spaces. So there's 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. So that means I'm working with fourths. So I'm going to start with 0, end with 1. After my first car, label 1/4. My next car, 2/4. My third car is 3/4. And we've already labeled this 1, so I don't have to write 4/4. Okay. You can tell there's less spaces down on this parking lot, or this number line. So most likely our denominator, or that bottom number, is going to be smaller than 4. So I'm going to say Hot Wheels blue car here is done shopping. Goodbye. 1, 2, 3. This number line we're going to label in thirds. We'll start at 0, end at 1. After the first car, I label 1/3. This car, oh, it's even perfect. Look, that car is numbered 2 for 2/3. And then I don't need to write 3/3 because that's the same as 1. Okay. Now you can see these spaces are really small, so I'm not going to be able to fit actual cars there. So we can use our fingers to count the spaces. Thinking again about the denominator, some number sense here. Look how large these third spaces are. There's a lot more spaces here, so we know our denominator is going to be bigger than 3. Let me send these cars home. They're done with their grocery shopping. Okay. I know we're doing this as 1, so I'm going to start at 0, end at 1. Okay, now put your finger between the lines, just like the cars were, and let's count the spaces to find out what our denominator will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this fraction line, this number line will have 8ths as the fraction. So I'm not going to start here on the 0 line. I'm going to start on the first tick mark after that space with 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and my last number would be 8/8, which is the same as 1. Now this is really important to count those spaces. A lot of kids when they're first learning about fractions will accidentally just count the tick marks, and that puts you off. So it's important to remember we're counting spaces, not the tick marks. All right, for the last one, we will go ahead and practice those mixed numbers for a little bit of extension here. So I'm going to start at 2. Why not? So we'll pretend the rest of the number line is back there where we can't see it. So this piece will be from 2 to 3. I still need to know what the size of my pieces is, or what my denominator is going to be. So I'm going to put my finger here and I'm going to count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my fractions will be 6. Okay, now remember I'm starting with 2, so these are going to be mixed numbers. This will be 2 and 1/6, 2 and 2/6. Think you can guess the next ones from here? I'm sure you're catching on to that pattern. 2 and 3/6, 2 and 4/6, 2 and 5/6, and 2 and 6/6 would be the same as 3. I quickly want to thank More Time to Teach 2020, the blog, for this awesome math worksheet. You can continue to practice drawing number lines and making number lines at home. Feel free to use some sidewalk chalk and go draw them on the sidewalk. You could even use the cracks in the sidewalk or the creases with sidewalk ends to be your tick marks. You can also just use paper. You can continue to fold more number lines or just draw more number lines. Or you can go online and find blank number line worksheets like these to practice numbering. Today, as you leave, I want you to think about how do we use fractions in real life. One example that you may use every day is cooking. So I made brownies yesterday and I had to use a measuring cup to measure the water in the oil. And look at that. It's really a number line on the side. 1/2, 3/4, 1 cup. Then it goes into those mixed fractions, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2 cups. And then the brownies themselves also show a fraction. So I normally cut mine into 9 squares. So I would estimate that my husband probably ate 2/9 of the brownies. Along with thinking about how you use fractions in everyday life, what careers do you think have to use fractions? Woodworkers and carpenters and architects, they all have to measure and carefully write out and draw out fractions before they cut wood and before they build things. Everything has to line up perfectly. So fractions really do matter in the real world. I hope you see lots of great fractions around you today. Have a good day. Bye.